Hey! So today's video actually came from one of you guys. This was suggested on Instagram by Danielle_NM30. By the way, your profile photo made me holler. It's amazing. And they suggested that I do a full face of my oldest products. So it was fun to fish for all of these things. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be a little bit of a trip down memory lane. So yeah. Let's get into it. So my oldest foundation, or the foundation that has been in my collection the longest, has got to be the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. I don't know the last time I used this on its own. Now I pretty much use it to thin out foundations if I want something lighter coverage or just to have fun mixing up products. But yeah, it should be interesting. I'm going to be using the shade G8 and I'm going to apply it with my fingers. This used to be my everyday, one of my everyday go-tos, especially like just going to school or anything like that. I would just slap this on to kind of softly even out my skin. It's interesting looking back. I was also looking at my old Instagram makeup photos and I used to pretty much do the exact same base every day. I was very much into the eyes back then. That's all I cared about, was like different eyeshadow palettes and different crazy fun kind of Instagram glam eye looks. So it's interesting to see that shift now that I'm more into base makeup and blush and things like that. The base was pretty much what I'm going to be using today, and that was it. Just the lip and eyes would change. This stuff is just water? Tinted water? Could you say it's tinted? I don't know. It mostly dewifies your skin. Would I recommend it anymore? I used to ride or die for this product. But for me these days, I feel like there are better skin tints that offer a little bit more than just like 1% coverage. I don't know. I just like to use it for mixing purposes. So now for concealer. This was my favorite back in the day and I still have it. I haven't used it in quite a while, probably since like my last full face of Milk Makeup. This is the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. I'm going to use the shade Light Sand. It's going to be interesting to see how this compares to my recent favorite concealers. Just gonna blend it out with my dry sponge. Oh yeah, that still is nice. It's subtly blurring, but it has pretty great coverage and it's a little bit more on the matte side. It's still maybe just like a natural finish. It's lovely. I'm just gonna use some to spot correct some areas. Okay, that actually looks pretty good so far. I can see why I loved it so much. It's easy to just spot correct with that concealer if I needed any more coverage in some areas, but I like how thin the base is. So now for powder. I wasn't really much of a powder person back in the day, but the oldest one I have in my collection now is the Mcgrath Loose Setting Powder. The Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Setting Powder. This one came before the under eye powder, I believe. Or did it all come in one system? I don't remember. I'm going to take some on my sponge. I'm gonna do kind of my old techniques. Why not? And then I used to just put a little bit under my eyes, kind of baking my under eye lines that always cause creasing. And then I would wipe it off with a fluffy brush. And while I'm here, I'm gonna set the center of my face because I'm not going to be going in with any cream products in the center of my face anyways. I haven't used this one in a really long time. I feel like for face powders, I reach for like either the Kosas, the Charlotte Tilbury, the LYS, or the e.l.f. one. Actually way more blurring than I remember. That's really nice and softening. So now getting into bronzer. I have the Milk Makeup Bronzing Stick. This was actually, I think, my first favorite bronzer ever. Cream, at least, in the cream department. And I still have it around. I used to have the giant version of this. It's just way too much. A little bit of this goes a long way, especially for Milk Makeup. You'd expect them to be like more serumy and stuff. I'm using the shade Baked, and yes, my forehead is still kind of stained from my root touch-up, but at least I don't have any more gray hairs. Oh, also, that fun PR box in the back could be yours. Just watch my About Face Cheek Freak blush video. You can win the whole PR box with all 10 shades in there. All that information is in that video, just in case if you missed it. Check it out. So now I'm going to blend that out with this funky brush. This is the bronzer brush from Fenty. Kind of a cool brush. It has like, I don't know what even is this shape. It's just different. It's kind of like shark toothy, like the highlighter one that they have, but it's also pointed. I'm still kind of learning how to use it, but so far I use that point and then I'll switch it like this, especially for bronzer. It's nice to get it on the cheekbone. This video felt kind of familiar to me and I was wondering what it was, but a couple months back I did a video revisiting my first ever favorites videos, so that's why all of these ones are coming up again. But I can see why they're old favorites. Like, my base looks really, really nice. It's just soft and easy. But most of all, I love using this brush. It's so fun to use. It's such a different experience, but I feel like it applies it really nice, especially if you want more of like a natural bronzer application. I dig it. I dig it a lot. So now for highlighter, this is for sure my oldest. This is the Natasha Denona Tan Palette. I'm just going to be using the highlighting shade right here, the powder one. I don't want to use the cream again because that was a little bit dark for me last time. This one is very much on the intense side, so I'm going to try to not go so crazy with it today. I'm starting to think about what kind of eye look I want to do. I have a few eyeshadow palettes in front of me and I'm trying to think if I should recreate kind of an older look of mine but kind of modernize it to what I would change about it now, or if I should just go with the flow. Too many decisions I have to make sometimes, you know? I get tired of making all of these decisions. Okay, that's enough. That's a good amount. That's the perfect amount that I wanted. It's so cute. So now for blush, of course it's got to be the MAC blushes. These have been in my collection since the dawn of time. I've had one of these probably since I was 10. I was a competitive dancer and I'm pretty sure I had some of these in my competitive kit, or like my performance kit. And my mom was a huge MAC gal, and I used to actually like bronze and contour with a shade in high school. God, it looked awful, but I loved it. I loved it. I don't know what shade it was, which is kind of tragic because it'd be so funny to see what that looks like now with all of my makeup knowledge. But anyways, I think I'm going to use, which one was it? Peaches. This is a shade that I've had for a bajillion years. And I'm kind of thinking of applying it higher than I would usually. Kind of like on my highlighter and on my temple. Because I feel like I'm gonna get colorful, you'll see soon. And this is such a cute blush placement too. It just like makes you look cute and nervous, like a little cartoon, and I love it. I don't know why I said cartoon like that. Okay, chill girl. Well, that was another really fun video recommendation from the last time I asked you guys. Someone wanted to see like my permanent makeup and outfit if I were a cartoon character. So if that's more of interest, let me know in the comments down below because that would be a really fun concept. I have no idea what I would wear every day. I am quite an outfit repeater. Shamelessly, I don't really give a shit. So I feel like I do wear the same thing every day. Anyways, I am a cartoon. I am not real. Am I a sim? Some days. I don't know. I don't really have any older eyebrow stuff or eye primers. It's pretty much the same thing, and I do not want to recreate my old brows. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it, please. I beg. So please enjoy the brow intermission. So now it's time to dive into the eyeshadow palettes, and these are the two that I could think of that are the oldest. First up, Sugarpill Pro Palette. Ça c'est vieux comme la terre. This is old as bleep. Am I gonna smudge them all over my eyes today? Yeah. And my other one is the Pat McGrath Mothership 5 palette, the Bronze Seduction. This one right here, which is still one of my favorites out of all of the Pat McGrath ones. I think this is my second favorite now. Utopian Dreams has my entire heart. It's kind of funny, I never really held on to like my first Anastasia palettes or the Urban Decay Naked palettes or anything like that, and I'm not too sure why. I think maybe they were just really overhyped for me, and I also don't have connections to like items that much unless if it's my blankie and putty, my baby blanket and my baby stuffy. That's about it. But yeah, I guess these would be them. The ones I hold sentimental value for. And I also have these two, which I was like, these are old as hell as well. These are the Suva Beauty Hydra Liners. I have various shades. This one is a fun memory one, the shade Aztec, which is this fun purple. I actually used this. It's very much used. I used it in my airbrush class in makeup school. I came up with this fun alien look. We got like this person to come in with contact lenses. They did the contact lenses for Twilight. What a cool day. I'll try to find some photos maybe. I don't know. Actually, I probably won't because she was pretty much almost naked. I don't know. I'll see if I can find something to share because I would love to share that with you guys. I'm going to start off with this pink here, and I'm going to dip a little bit of the white eyeshadow to pastel it out a bit, and I'm going to start with that on my outer corner. I'm also going to incorporate a little bit of an orange just to tie in that peachiness of the blush. And now I'm kind of feeling like a really dulled out pink, so I'm going in with mostly white here, right in the inner part. Okay, that's too white. I'm gonna mix a shade. I'm gonna mix that pink with this blue here. So this blue, that pink we went in with, I kind of want it to become periwinkle, kind of a periwinkle color. And I want some white as well. Yeah, something along those lines. And then I'm going to place that right here. I just added a veil of white on top to kind of make it more pastel, of course. And right here, right now, just so that I don't forget, I'm taking this green shimmer from the Mcgrath palette, which is my #1 favorite shade from this specific palette. It's so pretty. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love this shade. And I think it's gonna look cool with the pink. And then I feel like I need to add maybe some more orange over here, because I feel like that's just floating. Just the tiniest bit to tie everything in. And maybe that blue is kind of floating as well. Maybe we can, I don't know, I'm kind of seeing something like so. That's kind of cool. I'm into that. I don't know if I want to use any of the Suva Beauty liners. I think I kind of like how everything's washed out, and if I add any dots or liners, I feel like it's going to harshen it quite a bit. I'm gonna repeat it on this eye. I don't know if I want to do anything on the, ooh, you know what? See, I should have done this eye first to gather my thoughts because I'm a mess. I'm going to take a little bit of this lime green. I'm gonna add that just right there. It's a little green. Can't tell you that's gonna stay there. I thought it turned out really cool in my head, but it's not. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna repeat it on this eye and I'll be right back. I feel like this is missing a little something. I do this so I don't have to look at my ears or my hair. It just helps me zoom into my eyes. Maybe just like a little inner corner highlight. I might just use that same green I used in the center. Oh yeah, cute. So now for mascara. This is currently the oldest one I have in my collection right now, but the Pat McGrath Fetish Eyes is the one that's been in my collection the longest. But I feel like for this video, oldest makeup, this is a newer tube. Sometimes I'm getting kind of lost in the concept here. I feel like this one would also suit this look more. It's less volumizing, so it'll give the eyeshadow time to shine. This is the Lancôme Idôle. At first I was not a fan of this, but it's been growing on me quite a bit lately, especially the waterproof version, because it holds the curl of your lashes so well. And this one I feel like aged gracefully. You know, it's a little volumizing, it's lengthening, it just looks amazing. It's not clumpy ever. Gives like a really cute fluttery look. I'm pretty good at getting rid of my mascaras after 3 or 4 months or whatever it is. Sometimes I hold on to them a little longer, but if they start changing smells and they are just acting differently, that's when I know. There was just one mascara I held on for like a year, and that was the Marc Jacobs At Lash. Cute! I feel like a little fairy or something. I like this. It's soft but intricate. It's cute. So now for lips. What are my oldest lip liners? I've grown my collection quite a bit this year. I feel like I need to get another tub. There's no jiggling in here. I guess MAC ones are pretty timeless for my collection. The Nabla ones are quite ancient to my collection as well. I guess like my first lip liners I really loved though were the M Cosmetics ones. I think this came first and then I turned into a lip liner person quite quickly after that. But first I'm gonna pick a lipstick, and these are ancient. These are still the original tubes. These are the Guerlain Kiss Kiss lipsticks. My favorite shade was Nude Flirt, or if you've been following me for a very long time, I once thought it was Nude Fart. Let's see how they're doing. They still smell fine. This is Nude Toot. She's cute. Very, very cute. I'm hoping one of them has a little bit more of a peachy vibe to it. These are really pretty. Oh my god. How have I neglected them? They have such a nice texture, but I think this is the winner. I feel like that suits this the most. Let's go with a very nude. God, I'm so indecisive right now. I'm having one of those days where I'm struggling. Like this morning, I even was having issues prioritizing which laundry load I should do first. It's like they all have to be done at one point of today. I think it's an ADHD thing. If not, I'm just a silly goose. And let's go with Fawn. Fawn is a little bit more peach. Oh, I forgot how nice and blurring they are. I think I just used them so much, and then I wanted to venture out and try other things. And then very nude on top. Oh, is that the vibe? I'm gonna go in with Nude Lover, which this is the closest thing to a nude lover so I'm gonna get. Oh my gosh, this turned out so cute. I love the eyes. The lighting is doing the most for that Mcgrath shimmer right now. Look at that. I see why these products have stayed in my collection for so many years. They're all really, really pretty still. I do love my old way of going about the base though, with a very, very, very sheer skin tint and then spot correcting more areas. I love the overall look of my skin. The Glossier skin tint is so much prettier than what I remembered or what I thought it looked like at the beginning, but with the finished makeup look, I think it looks so gorgeous, especially with like a heavier eye or like a more poppy eye. It's so nice to balance it out with such a sheer foundation. I like it. I really like it. I see why I did this all the time. It's so fun to revisit old things and revisit old techniques, so I love having the opportunity to film these types of videos, and I really hope it was fun for you guys as well. But I think that's going to be it from me today. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give this video a like, and of course I'll make sure to link all of the products I used in today's video in the description down below, so feel free to check that out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!